So there's a personal finance writer named Liz Weston, and she came up with a list of regrets that she hears from retirees. And one of the most common regrets, Dolph, was that they wish they had a plan. But, I mean, as I sit here and think about it this weekend, as long as we don't go crazy with our money, do we really need a plan if we're just conservative about it?
Well, what do you think about that answer? I mean, have you ever heard of a guy named Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah, time or two, yes.
Yeah, he's done a few things, but he had this great quote, and it's that no one ever plans to fail. Mm-hmm. They just fail to plan. And that's just a great quote if you think about it. I mean, the words you want to hear when you get down the road in retirement, you want to hear that, congratulations, you made it. No more having to go to work. No more planning your days and vacations around your work schedule. Because you know what? Now, every day is Saturday. Because you are officially retired. It's something everybody looks forward to in their life. And then you wake up and you go, now what? Since I started working with those nearing retirement in 2005, I've heard so many times that the first day of retirement is one of the hardest and most stressful days they've ever experienced. Not only do they have to think about getting ready for work, going to work, and what to do after work, now they're thinking about what time to eat, what to do every day. Should I go play golf, shop, take a vacation, etc.? And who's going to pay for all this? Who do you think about it?
You have to pay for it yourself.
You are now paying for your life. No longer are you receiving that paycheck from your employer or your business, or if you were lucky enough to get a bonus. It's up to you to pay yourself the rest of your life. This is all part of planning. So when you were working, you had the risk of losing your job, losing money in your 401k and other retirement accounts, and the fear of not being able to cover your day-to-day expenses. But guess what? Now you're retired. Those risks now switch to big things like inflation, taxes going up, healthcare costs, cost of living increases, along with the biggest risk, Kristen, I believe, and we'll talk about this later in the show, longevity. This is where having the benefit of an experienced advisor comes into play, folks. Many advisors are focused on growth and accumulation only in your assets. They might even suggest the Morningstar 4% rule, which, mind you, now is about 2.6%. And if you're not familiar with the Morningstar rule, it's a theory that if you take out that percentage of your portfolio, you should never run out of money. The key question there, Christian, is that word should. Do you want to live your life on a should or a maybe? It's wonderful to make money from the market, but what risk are you doing it with? I mean, imagine you're 62 years old and you've saved $1 million for retirement, and you're told, guiding you through retirement, if you take out $26,000, according to Morningstar, to live on for the rest of your life, you should have enough money to live on. Now, is $26,000 going to be enough to support your needs and costs? Again, this is just a theory. Imagine that in 8 years, the market goes crazy and we have a huge downturn. And you're now only told you only can take out $20,000 about the fear of running out of money. Now you've lost spending power. It's gone against inflation. Do you want to live this way and maybe have to rely on Social Security to guide you through retirement? There are so many factors that should be taken into consideration when you're planning for retirement, Kristen. The value of the dollar is consistently changing. We see it every single day. Inflation is a factor to be accounted for. Others, hey, I think we've talked about this before, healthcare, taxes, long-term care. The key of planning your retirement is, again, we're going to talk about this all through the show, is longevity. Previously, I mentioned that the Morningstar income of $26,000 from $1 million portfolio. What if there was a way, Kristen? And I say, well, he's telling you can take out $26,000. I'm going to show you a way to make $45,000 to $50,000 a year from that same portfolio. And guess what? This is going to be for the rest of your life, guaranteed. Would that be interesting to you?
I think most of our listeners would be interested in that.
Yeah, unfortunately, people say, oh, that's too good to be true. You must be talking about an annuity of some sort. And I said, yeah, actually, I'm talking about an income annuity. Annuities have bad names in the past. The good news is the landscape for annuities has changed so much over the years, and unfortunately, it doesn't get the publicity and it's not talking about properly. There are several types of annuities that are offered by many different companies, but for the purpose of right now, I'm going to be talking about an income annuity specifically.
Okay.
In short, an annuity is the agreement between you and an insurance company, in which the insurance company takes your premium, and in return, they're going to pay you a lifetime payment from your premium. Depending on the annuity, depends on the percentage. In addition, you will receive a lifetime income that you and your spouse will never outlive. Once again, you'll never outlive. So if you can get $45,000 versus $26,000, which avenue would you want to go?
There's no question there. The higher number, man.
Absolutely. Your principal is protected from market downturn, while still providing some growth. Some even annuities even come with benefits such as long-term care riders with them. So ask yourself, what's really wrong with that? It's important to take risks off the table. With longevity being your prime focus, you've just done that. And giving income annuity for lifetime income can alleviate some of these risks. Why is that a bad thing? Really not. So if you worked every day in your life, you already own an annuity. It's called Social Security. Yes, Social Security, Kristen, is an income annuity. This one's controlled by the government, not an insurance company, but acts the same. You put money into Social Security throughout your life, and then they promise to pay it back to you as long as you live. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, you have income sources in place. You know how to get guaranteed paycheck for as long as you live. Again, you want to get a paycheck. If you get a paycheck, you'll be able to pay things, and you don't have to take risks off the table. Retirement can be approached with less anxiety and more excitement. So now you feel comfortable as you travel, you play golf, you're going shopping, hanging out with the kids. The more risk you can eliminate from retirement, guess what? The easier the day you retire will be.